Hello! There we go. There we go. Now we're ready to do shoutouts as well. So let's get them done again. Lizard gets double shoutouts today, but that's fine, right? Lizard deserves double shoutouts. And I'll get Cheddar as well.
Don't you fucking dare. Yeah, I should have known that was coming.
Right, and we'll get Cheddar as well. Thanks for coming to hang out as well today, guys. What is this?
This is so fucking.
This looks like an interesting game.
Is that a balloon?
Is that a chicken? Was that a chicken? Howdy YouTube! Yes, howdy YouTube. This will go up in like a day or two up there. But happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. So, you can see here on screen I've made a tier list, right? I went through tier list maker, but I couldn't really get anything to save. So right now I'm using Canva. Which is fine because we can move stuff around where we need to be. It's a bit of a tight squeeze up in the top here. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but it's fine. Like, if I just, for example... Oh, God, what have I moved? Oh, I grabbed something in OBS by accident. Oh, it's the alert box. Oh, that's fine. We don't use that anyway. Just pop that there. Like, if I go and move Rebecca up here for an example... if we straighten it out, that'll do, I guess. There we go. We can still see her up there in S tier, but of course, Rebecca, she might end up in S tier. She might not do. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, right? Because we're going to do this together collectively, okay? This isn't, my intention isn't to make this just my personal opinion, okay? We're all going to use maths and science to figure this out fairly and scientifically and mathematically. I might need a little bit of help on some of these characters down here, okay? But these, the only rules, right, were that they had to be they had to be female protagonists, okay, of the series. That would be the unfinished one. Oh, the game? Oh, okay, cool. It was very interesting. It looked very interesting indeed. Now we've got the tiers, right? I tried to be a bit creative with the tiers because we've got Leon S tier because that's self-explanatory, right? And then we've got Stars Alpha team for A, Stars Bravo team. I couldn't think of anything for C and D, unfortunately, so we just got C and D. Rookie, okay, Rookie is here. Rookie is here for anyone we shouldn't really be rating in this sort of way, if you catch my drift. You know, we'll get to it anyway, but that is a special category there for a certain type of character. And then you got RE6, which is basically translates to trash tier because it's RE6, right? It's RE6, and we all know about RE6. So they're all in order as well, how they appear in the games. So we're gonna start things off with Rebecca Chambers. Okay, now she technically is the definition of the rookie tier here, right? Because she this photo, I hope you noticed that I took the photograph from Wesker's desk in Resident Evil 2, but that is labeled the rookie, right? The rising rookie, the photograph is, and she's like the youngest member in Bravo team. But saying that, I actually rate Rebecca quite highly. There's a few things going against her, okay? Like, she's only been in, well, technically 2 games. Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1. Her first appearance, though, she wasn't even playable. She was a side character. And she's never really appeared in the games ever since. So, I guess that's held against her, right? But I rate her quite highly because she is the medic of Bravo team. And the sole survivor of Bravo team as well. So, like, she would, like, really help you out if you were in trouble, right? Say, I don't know, say you had too much to drink one night and you did something daft and you really injured yourself. She would take care of you. She would heal you up and nurse you back to good health, right? So, what do we think about Rebecca? Because I'm thinking... I don't mean this to be ironic because she is the sole survivor of Bravo team, but I'm thinking B tier for Rebecca Chambers, right? Final girl and a medic, quite the resume. Exactly, right? Exactly. So I'm gonna call it Bravo. I'm not gonna rule out changing tiers and going backwards, depending on we could change our mind if further information comes to light, because it's okay to change your mind when you are presented with new information, right? That's just a fact of life. So for now, we'll put her in Bravo team. Okay, Bravo tier. Okay, now the next girl on the list is rather special. I think you'll all agree, right? Rather special. This is the first lady of Resident Evil. And that's got a lot of weight behind it, I guess. She's iconic, right? She's iconic for a lot of reasons. She appears in a lot of crossover games as well, because Capcom like their crossover games where they kind of collaborate with other series. She's iconic design. Iconic as a female character in gaming in general, and she's the first lady of Resident Evil, of course. So, I mean, that alone would put her automatically in Leon S tier, right? However, there are a few factors that we have to consider with Jill, all right? Because if she is the first lady of Resident Evil, and then I guess you could call Chris Redfield the president. I don't know. Do you know what I'm getting at, though, right? I guess you could kind of call him the main character, because in my mind, the main protagonist of the series. I know we lose him in number 5, right? And the series severely suffered from that point on, if you ask me. But the main protagonist, the best antagonist. My bad. The main antagonist. And the best antagonist of the whole series has got to be Albert Wesker, right? So if we're taking that into consideration, you could call Wesker, you could say, is the arch nemesis of Jill and Chris. Jill and Chris being partners since number 1. But, right. Okay, there's a few things that we got to consider here, right? One is that she is unable to defeat Wesker with Chris, and they actually get their asses whooped prior to Resident Evil 5. It's in flashbacks and a bit of DLC, and Jill is presumed dead, right? And not only that, then she proceeds to get, by the way, spoilers as well, spoilers for the entire Resident Evil series as a whole, okay, because we're going to be talking about it all. But yeah, then she gets mind controlled by Wesker, and okay, yeah, we rescue her, all right, but then Sheva, who is Chris's new partner, with Chris achieves something that they could never achieve together, which is defeating Wesker, right? So, and not only that, she contracts the Nemesis virus in number 3. So, I mean, as much as it hurts me not to put her in S tier, because, come on, it's Jill Valentine. She's iconic. She's the first lady of Resident Evil. I gotta bump her down a bit. I gotta bump her down just a tad, right? Because Sheva, new girl, first mission with Chris, does something that Chris and Jill couldn't do together, which is defeat Albert Wesker. I gotta knock it down a few points for that. I told you, right? We can use feeling. We can use feeling. I'm not ruling that out. But we also gotta use some logic when it comes to this tier list, okay? It can't all be based on feeling. If it was all based on feeling, she'd be up here, right? Easily up here, Leon S tier. But when we consider these few factors, they're gonna drop her down. They are gonna drop her down. It hurts me to do it too. I know. It hurts me to do it too. It is Jill Valentine. She's the OG. She is the OG. But we're gonna put her in Stars Alpha for now. For now, things could change, but we gotta consider all the facts. Now, Rebecca Chambers. Not Rebecca Chambers. Claire Redfield. Claire Redfield. Now.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Thanks, Lizard. That was perfect. Thank you very much. But now, okay. Claire Redfield. Okay, now then. I'm a little biased here, obviously. Resident Evil 2 was always my favorite game in the series. and you know, that's her first appearance. It was in Resident Evil 2. A few other things that we got to look at. She's going to be in the game that we're playing today, Code Veronica. She has big sister slash parental motherly instincts when it comes to Sherry in that game. I'm rescuing her. The remake of number 2 made insanely badass, actually. I noticed this a lot yesterday when we played through the game. But she gets a lot of moments, like when you go and fight Birkin after Annette speaks with you, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go and finish this. She's majorly badass in that game. Oops, don't want to grab the tier list. There we go. Pull the tier list down. Let's just grab her again. And not only that, she's related to, or a sibling of, Chris Redfield as well. So she's got the Redfield bloodline as well. It was initially made so that Resident Evil 2 was going to have no links to the original cast of Resident Evil 1. And that's where Elza Walker came in. Because there's a version of Resident Evil 2 they call Resident Evil 1.5 or something like that. And you can play it out. You can get hold of it and play it out there. It's out in the wild on the internet and etc. I think it was included with the director's cut of Resident Evil 1 as well, if I'm not mistaken. I keep dragging that down by accident. My bad. So Claire was not going to be in number 2 originally, when it was originally made, but the higher ups are like, nope, we gotta have a connection to the original game, and that's where Rebecca comes in. Not Rebecca. I keep calling her Rebecca. That's where Claire comes in. Okay, and they decided to make the link. The sister of Chris Redfield is going to Raccoon City to look for him because he's gone missing. So she's got that as well, that Redfield bloodline. She actually was picked over the original female lead of Resident Evil 2 as well. She goes on to join a company called TerraSave, which works against Umbrella and bioweapons, etc. She actually, in a ways, is a mentor to Sherry as well when Sherry grows up. She doesn't have a huge amount of games under her belt. She's got Code Veronica as well, which is, as a matter of fact, the true third entry in the numbered series as well, because it was intended to be that way. It was just due to some agreements that Capcom held with Sony that they were only allowed to put numbered entries on PlayStation systems. So they slapped number 3 on a spin-off starring the First Lady of Resident Evil, Jill Valentine. So she's got that over Jill as well. That she was going to be the protagonist in the third game, not Jill. She's, to my knowledge as well, she's never been infected with any of the viruses. To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong there, but I don't think she's ever contracted any of the viruses. Unlike Jill. Jill has. So I think we should put her in S tier. I think we got our first S tier candidate here. She's in Revelations 2 as well, but I've never played Revelations 2. So if anything I've said about Claire is incorrect, if there's anything that happens in that game which we should be taking into consideration, please let me know. But to my knowledge, I think she's a firm S tier right there. And feel free to comment as well, because this isn't just me. We're going to work as a collective on this one to figure this out using maths and science. But if we're done with Claire and we're happy with her in S tier, the next in chronological order of appearance in the games is Ada Wong. Now, Ada is awesome. Obviously, she's like a femme fatale. Super spy, okay? She's got a little bit of a thing going on with our boy Leon as well, like an on-off thing is like, will they, won't they, you know, kind of deal. I think they do in the end. In one of the animated movies, she mentions, she runs into Leon and she mentions something about staying in a hotel or something. So they kind of do. She works as a love interest for our boy Leon, okay? The own and appearances, it's quite obvious where she belongs as well. But like I said, we're not just using feeling here. We do have to consider the fact that she's untrustworthy, right? She's untrustworthy. We never know what her true intentions are. We don't. Who she's working for, what she's doing. So 1 minute she's working for Wesker, 1 minute she's not. She pretends to be FBI, and then she's not. Blah blah blah. And she's just untrustworthy. I think that's the only thing holding her back, though. If she was a bit more trustworthy, I think her allegiances kind of change from 4 onwards. And let me just mention as well the remake DLC that she's the star of. Absolutely superb. Absolutely fantastic. She is in one of the worst games in the series, though. In fact, the worst game in the series. Resident Evil 6. But I think we can pop her into Stars Alpha, and we'll forget about her being in Resident Evil 6. But I think Stars Alpha is a good place for her. Spy for Hire vibes, absolutely, and there's something undoubtedly cool about that, right? Femme fatale, spy for hire, mercenary for hire sort of deal. But she's also untrustworthy. Yeah, she is, right? We don't know ever really what her true agenda is until about, like, say maybe end of Resident Evil 4 remake now. Kind of points you in a direction that she's got good intentions. After what she finds out about what Wesker wants to do, and then in Resident Evil 6 she actually is a protagonist as well. So she comes around, but I think that's a good place for her. I think it's a good spot for her in Stars Alpha. What are we saying, guys? Now it actually is a chill sandwich. Oh, you're not wrong. Every side, like top, bottom, and to the left. That's funny. Right. Okay, we're gonna pop Ada Wong in Stars Alpha. I think that's a good placement for her. Now, okay. Now we got Sherry Birkin. Okay. Now, what can we say about Sherry? When we meet her in number 2, she's a minor. Okay. I know she grows up by number 6, but I still don't. This is what the rookie tier has been basically made for. Okay, she's a little girl. She's a little girl in number 2. I can't feel comfortable putting her in anywhere but the rookie. Not only that, she's in, like, when she is playable and a bit more grown up. Capcom still managed to sexualize her a little bit in that game as well. When her and Jake like. She's in, like, one of those gowns that's, like, completely cut off down the sides, and I don't think he's doing it intentional in the game, but Jake Wesker is, like, accidentally ends up spying on us. They do try and sexualize her a little bit in that game, but even so, we grew up with Sherry, or at least I certainly did, right? Because when we first meet her, because the events of Resident Evil 2, when it all breaks out into the city, into Raccoon City, its official in-universe date is 1998. I don't know how old she is there, but she's clearly way too young to even be considered for this sort of tier list, right? So I've got no choice but to put her in rookie, essentially. It's just too weird for me otherwise. I kind of feel like we watched her grow up. And I know she's of age eventually, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? That's precisely what the rookie tier is made for. That's precisely it, okay? Now, Ashley Graham. I know she's technically playable, right? She is technically playable for a section of Resident Evil 4. And that's in both versions as well. That's in the OG and the remake. If we didn't have the remake, she'd go in, like, probably rookie or RE6 tier, to be honest with you. She was a little bit annoying in that game, and etc. But I think they really improved her in the remake. You may think I don't like the Resident Evil 4 remake because of the way I talk about it, but I don't dislike it. It's amazing, right? It's super good. Don't get me wrong. But I think that they did a lot of good work on Ashley. She's not as annoying. She's very sympathetic as well. Well, the way she gets really upset and freaked out that she wasn't in control of herself that one time where she attacks Leon, because obviously the La Plaga's mind control is starting to come into play. She has her own section as well, which is really good. She also comes a long way in character development as well. She's like a lot stronger by the end of it. She gives Leon pep talks as well, and really ends up working as a team with Leon. I'm confused. I don't know where to put her. Her design's much better in the remake as well. I don't think she's like a trash tier, not by a long shot. She's not up here with the likes of Jill and Ada. I honestly can't put her next to Rebecca either, because Rebecca's great. I think she belongs either C or D. I don't know though. I mean, we could be kind and put her in C, because she does come a long way between the OG version of the game and the remake. I think we'll put her in C. If the remake didn't exist, she'd probably be at very best in D, right? But she'd probably end up in trash tier, to be honest with you. But we're gonna be kind here. And put her in C tier. But we can change our minds. Of course. I don't know if this next entry belongs in the list. We're kind of cheating a bit here, because this is Ingrid Hunnigan, right? Ingrid Hunnigan is awesome. She's an amazing support character for Leon. Okay? She's basically Leon's Otacon, but a sexy version, right? And she's really, really cool. But are we cheating? Here by including Ingrid Hunnigan? Because she's not playable. I mean, that's not a rule. We didn't set that as a rule at the beginning. So, I don't know. Should we include Ingrid Hunnigan? I mean, at the very worst, if we don't, we put her in rookie, right? Because technically, on a technicality, it might be cheating including her. It might be. If not, though, I'd put her next to Ashley. They're from the same game. They're from Resident Evil 4 is like one of the greatest games ever made. They're from the same game. And she supports our boy as well, Leon. Like I said, she's like a sexy version of Otacon to Solid Snake. But, you know, a sexy version for Leon. What are we saying, guys? Should we even include Hunnigan? Should we even include her? Does she belong in rookie? It's difficult. We'll put a pin in that one, right? And decide whether or not it's cheating, actually even including her. And if we decide that she's not allowed, she's going down to rookie. We'll keep her there for now. Okay? But if we change our minds, maybe goes next to Ashley. Maybe. Next, from Resident Evil 5, we've got Sheva Alamo. Now, right, okay. Let's just get one thing. Let's address the elephant in the room, right? Resident Evil 5, not fondly remembered as an entry in the Resident Evil series. Very divisive, to put it nicely. But I really like Resident Evil 5, okay? It's not so fun on your own, because the AI is terrible, which we will get to, okay? Because the AI for your partner, if you're playing as Chris, for example, the AI is shocking. So we got to hold that against Sheva. But if you're playing with a buddy, this game could be super fun. It can be really, really super fun. It's basically just like if Resident Evil 4 mechanics, but co-op, right? And we've got to discuss some other things about Sheva. Sheva achieves what the first lady of Resident Evil couldn't achieve for years and years of working with Chris. She partners up with Chris, and they both take down Wesker together, right? And save Jill, for that matter. She's kind of like a souped up Jill in a way, but we can't let the bad AI of that game. We can't not consider that. For example, if your Sheva is holding hold of all the important herbs and the aid sprays, for instance, and you get a little paper cut on your hand, or she'll run over with your aid sprays, your precious healing wares, and be like, "Don't worry, I got you. I'll heal you." And it's like, Sheva, I'm barely even hurt. Save the stuff, right? Or you give her like some strong weaponry, and she'll always default to the handgun. We can't ignore that. But saying that though, her achievements in the series, on the whole, narratively, I think she deserves to be placed highly here. I would be reluctant to put her in B, just because her and Chris defeat Wesker together. That's a huge deal, right? Wesker's like the main antagonist for most of the series. I think she goes up in A, right? I think she goes up in A with Jill, because she's almost like the better version of Jill, just for that act alone, right? But the only thing is, right, even if you take into consideration her achievements alone, she probably deserves S tier, but it's the AI of your partner that lets it. She can't be trusted, but for different reasons why Ada can't be trusted. Ada can't be trusted because of her motivations and plot. Sheva can't be trusted because you can't give her anything valuable, because she'll use it on you before you need to, essentially. So we're going to put her in alpha alongside Ada and Jill here. Okay. So, now, we've got Helena Harper, who appears in number 6. Now, alright, okay, Helena Harper. She's cool, right? She's cool and all. There's nothing really that bad about Helena Harper. She is the partner of Leon S. Kennedy in that game, and they do work well together, okay? She goes through something really traumatic in that game as well. One of the bosses is her, I think, twin sister, and she's been turned into a bioweapon. You end up having to kill her. We can't, though. We just can't, right? There's nothing wrong with her fundamentally as a character, and she does work with our boy, Leon S., right? But she's only been in one game. Only one game in the entire series. And that game just happens to be Resident Evil 6. So for that fact alone, I think I'm going to have to put her in Resident Evil 6 tier. I'm sorry. It's, like I said, we're going to be using logic here and not just feeling, okay? So she's going to have to go down in RE6, unfortunately. Next, now this is one of the characters I don't know a whole heap about. I've played the game that she's from. She's from Resident Evil Revelations. But I haven't played it all the way through. I played the majority of the game, and I remember her being in it. I seem to remember her actually dying and becoming a bioweapon, but I think I'm wrong. Because when I was doing my research, I couldn't find anything about that. She's very much, to me, she's like a B tier Ada Wong. Now, when I was researching her, this is Jessica, by the way. This is Jessica. She's playable in Resident Evil Revelations. But to me, she's kind of like a B tier Ada Wong. Because she's another character who is part of the BSAA, right? She partners with Parker, and then partners with Chris, I believe, as well, when Parker and Jill partner up. But she betrays them, ultimately. She's kind of like, hidden motives kind of character. Similar to Ada, but she's not a spy. She's just like a double agent sort of thing. And the thing is with Jessica, though, as well, is she actually gets away with it. From what I've read online. Like I said, I could have swore she died and gets turned into a bioweapon. You have to kill her. But I might just be misremembering that. But apparently she gets away. And even though I would consider her a B tier Ada Wong, I think I would put her below Ashley, in fact. Not very memorable. I'll give her bonus points for her outfit if you want to look her up. Her outfit's pretty cool. But she's got a huge popular following as well. She's got a huge popular following online. Loads of cosplayers like to cosplay her. seems like she could have her own little sort of fan base within the Resident Evil fan base. I would personally put her in D, but I would be willing to listen to arguments against that. Because I couldn't bring myself to put her over Ashley or next to Ashley. But like I said, she does have a fan base. To me, she just seems like a B tier Ada Wong. She does get away with a betrayal though, okay? And also, people seem to like her. So I'd be willing to listen to an argument to put her higher. But for now, I'm going to put it there in D tier. Here we've got Moira Burton. Moira Burton appears in Resident Evil Revelations 2, which I never played. But I've looked into Moira, okay? We know from her surname exactly who she's the daughter of. She's the daughter of bitch-ass Barry Burton. Which normally, would be minus points, right? But I guess we can't hold that against her. She can't help the fact that bitch-ass Barry is her father. A little bit more that I found out about her is that she has a fear of firearms because she got hold of one of Barry's guns when she was young and ended up wounding her younger sister. So she does overcome this fear, though, towards the end of Revelations 2. But for the majority of that game, she doesn't use a gun. She's just got like a flashlight and a crowbar, I think, from what I've read. And she as well. When we're talking about the events of Resident Evil 1, in the events of Resident Evil 1, Barry is being blackmailed by Wesker. That's part of the reason why he's such a bitch ass in that game. And the way that Wesker is blackmailing Barry is by threatening to harm his family, which Moira is part of that equation. She's got a younger sister called Polly, who's the sister that she injures with a gun. And then there's obviously Barry's wife as well. She was born in 91, okay, and the events of Resident Evil 2 happened in 98. At that point in time, they get evacuated from Raccoon City and go to stay in Canada because it's becoming apparent that Umbrella are actually hunting down STARS members. Hey, yo, what's up, HBJ? MechaMayFly, how you doing, buddy? Happy Halloween. Let me get you a shout out before we continue. Hope you're doing well, dude. Thanks for popping along. Shout you out. Classic.
I'm going to talk to Zaraza. Just finish Dora.
I hope you're doing good though, dude. Thanks for popping by. I'm trying to use OBS to move things around on the tier list again. Hold on. Let me straighten that out. Now, I never played the game that she's from. She is the daughter of bitch-ass Barry. She is kind of young as well. I think it would be unfair to put her in trash tier because I don't know enough about her. So we're going to put her in rookie. Okay? I got no choice but to put her in rookie. I think. But anyway, right, that leads us to our final character of this tier list, which is Rose. Now, Rose is probably the best thing about Resident Evil Village. Her DLC was fantastic. It was so good. She's super young though. She was born in 2020, but I think by the time you play as her in Resident Evil Village is far into the future. Because through the main game of Resident Evil Village, you're actually putting pieces of her together because she's only a little baby, right? And she is the daughter of like the blandest, most boring protagonist in Resident Evil as well. But due to her age, I don't think we've got any choice but to put her in rookie, essentially. She is cool. I'm excited about her being a major part of the series by the time 9 rolls around. This is probably wishful thinking, okay? But I want to play as Jill in Resident Evil 9. I think it's about the high time that the First Lady of Resident Evil comes back to the series. And I also wouldn't mind if Jill played a mentor role for Rose in a very similar way to Claire did with Sherry. So we're gonna have to put her in rookie. Them's the rules, okay? She's far too young to be in a tier list of this nature. Now, let's move Hunnigan over to this side of rookie a sec. I'm gonna put her above. I'm gonna put her above Moira Burton as well. Now, what are we gonna decide about Hunnigan? Does she belong in this list, or do we have to disqualify her for being a non-playable character? What are we saying, guys? Hustler, happy Halloween! I have a 17-gallon bucket of candy to give out today. I'm stoked. Dang, 17 gallons. 17 gallons. A lot of kids around who come to visit your house today are going to need to see the dentist shortly afterwards. After all that candy. 17 gallons. That's crazy. That's a lot of candy. That is a lot of candy. Dentist visits all around, right? Dentist visits all around. So, right, what did we say about Hunnigan? We were going to put her right next to Ashley if she was allowed, right? If she wasn't disqualified. I think we could do that, right? I think we're going to make an exception for Hunnigan. Purely based on the fact that she supports our boy, right? Our boy, Leon S. She's his support. She's his sexy Otacon. So, I think we can make an exception. I think we can make an exception and put her there. What are we saying, gang? Do we agree? Do we agree? And saying that, do you agree about the whole list? If you don't, speak now or forever hold your peace. And also, let me know when this video goes up as well as a VOD. Let me know in the comments as well if you agree and what points you would put for or against some of these tier rankings. And if I was incorrect about any of my information or anything I mentioned about any of these characters as well, please correct me as well. Please let me know what I got wrong. Professionalism can be sexy. Exactly. I think it's very sexy, Lizard. Indeed. And that's another reason why we'll include Hunnigan, I guess. You know, she's top tier just for having just for wearing glasses as well. We all know that girls who wear glasses are top tier, right? Am I right? But that's the tier list. That's how it stands. Unless anyone has anything to add, because like I said, I'm willing to listen, and we'll update it accordingly if necessary. But that's how it stands at the moment. And the ultimate Ari waifu, it goes to Claire Redfield. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, Claire Redfield is the ultimate Ari waifu. And there we go. Let that be known in MechaMayFly lore that Claire Redfield is ultimate Ari waifu. And if no one else has anything to add to that, or any objections at all, we can finalize that now. And what we'll do, I'll take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll crack on with some Code Veronica, starring the ultimate Ari waifu, which is Claire Redfield. This game is the only game, to my knowledge, as well. If you just consider in the series of games, we're considering like the major canon ones. This is the only time that Claire and Chris team up, to my mind. To my mind, they might do in some of the like animated movies outside of the games, but as far as the games are concerned, I think this is the only time they team up together. But I hope you're happy with that. What we're gonna do, okay? Let me change scenes, and then we'll have a little chat before I go on break, and we'll crack on Code Veronica after that. So bear with. Let me change scenes real quick.